Today's special is 345 kilometres, but that includes a transfer of 116 midway through, so 229 against the clock. As well as the soft dunes, there are rocks and camel grass to deal with, and it's the final day on which the bikers can pick up bonus time. Even if he's currently riding in Rally 2, Mike Doherty has made no secret of the fact that he wants to be fighting with the best in the business. And the South African showed he definitely has the pace for it today. He actually posted the quickest time of anybody on two wheels, outgunning all of the Rally GP guys, but with the bonus seconds, he had to settle for 4th place. We know that Ricky Brabeck isn't a fan of the bonuses, but the American has clearly found his speed here in Argentina. He covered the day's long special just 6 seconds slower than Doherty, putting himself in pole position for the final podium spot. Brabeck didn't have a great start to the season as he crashed out of the Dakar, but he is looking to finish it on a high note. For the first time this week, Tosha Sharena didn't actually claim the stage honours, but the Spaniard has taken a big step towards conquering the overall title in Argentina. After another excellent job at the front, he only lost 36 seconds to his main rival Benavides, and he'll be setting off behind him in tomorrow's bonus-free final stage. It's a real step up for a rider whose best Dakar finish is 13th in 2021 and 23. He just needs to hold his nerve tomorrow. As we heard yesterday, Luciano Benavides had a tricky balancing act in this 4th stage between pushing hard and taking risks to hunt down Sharena and just easing off the gas a bit to defend his comfortable advantage in the World Rally Raid Championship. In the end, option A won out. The Argentine was trailing Pablo Quintanilla and Toby Price for much of the stage, but they eventually faded and he cruised away to take his first win of the rally. Catching Sharena now looks like a bit of a tall order, but Benavides has given it his all. He can now prepare for a ride home to Salta on Friday.
It's super nice because I really wanted to be first tomorrow, opening the stage in front of my home crowd. And yeah, that will be really special. So we'll see tomorrow what happened, and I hope I can finish strong this race, and looking forward to Morocco.
Sharena takes a lead of almost 6 minutes into Friday's final stage between Belén and Salta, with around 250 kilometres of special to cover. Benavides has a comfortable advantage among the W2RC riders, with Brabeck over 17 minutes off the pace. In Rally 2, Bradley Cox wasn't quite able to match his compatriot Doherty for pace today, but the young South African boasts a comfortable lead heading into the final stage. It's been a tough season for Cox, but victory here would really get him back on track as he builds towards Dakar 2024. He and his team manager, Bart van der Velden, agree that he just needs to keep a cool head to finish the job. Desafío Ruta 40 is the second round of the season in Rally 3, which is the perfect class for riders getting their first taste of Rally Raid. The current leader is Ardit Kurtai, an Austrian of Albanian descent, who's hoping that victory here can help him to fulfill his dream of lining up on the next Dakar. Francisco Moreno picked up his second win of the week in the quads after another ferocious battle with his fellow Argentine Manuel Andújar. Andújar led by as much as 6 minutes in the first part of the stage, but Moreno slowly reeled him in and then surged clear after the transfer, winning by 2.5 minutes. Andújar nevertheless retains his overall lead going into the final day with 11 minutes and 32 seconds on Moreno. Marcelo Medeiros is set to complete the podium. No problems for Andújar in the W2RC. He is over 2.5 hours ahead of Rodolfo Giglioli. This rally has been a family affair for Juan Cruz Jacopini, who finished third today. The Argentine is used to travelling to races with his father Alejandro, but being in Argentina has meant that his mother and his two sisters have also been able to join the fun. The whole family got to celebrate his first stage victory a few days ago, and he is still on course to finish second overall. Yazid Al-Rajhi began the day around 7 minutes down on Jacopini in the overall standings and really put the hammer down to try to close the gap. The Saudi unfortunately hit a stone around 90k from the finish, which had an impact on his steering, and he then suffered a slow puncture. But still, he and co-driver Timo Gottschalk brought their Toyota home in second place. They remained third overall. Nasser Al-Attiyah took his third stage win in 4 days in spite of a minor problem with his alternator, and he's closing on overall victory. The Qatari says he's had a great time competing in Argentina and that it's fantastic for South America to be hosting the World Rally Raid Championship. He was also happy to learn that Desafío Ruta 40 is back on the calendar for 2024, especially after celebrating with some of the local fans.
I'm really quite happy, to finish today with the Fiambalá stage. This was not easy, but we've been good from start to finish, and we win 5 points. In general, we are so happy to come here to Argentina to see all these peoples, and it's something really special.
Al-Attiyah goes into the final day with a lead of over 15 minutes, while Jacopini should have enough of a cushion to hold off Al-Rajhi and finish second. Depending on how the points stack up tomorrow, Al-Attiyah and Mathieu Baumel could potentially be crowned world champions before the final round in Morocco. Disaster for Seth Quintero in the T3s. The American's been in the thick of the fight for the W2RC title and leads the championship by a few points, but he had to retire after just 7k today due to a problem with his intercooler.
We're kind of speechless, to be honest. Kind of knocked us out of the championship. We're in a big fight, 3 wide and ready to go for the last round, hoping to get to the last round, but after this I'm not too sure we're that much in the fight anymore.
João Ferreira is also out of contention for the overall win here after his gearbox issues on stage 1, but the Portuguese driver told us yesterday he would be fighting for the stage win today, and he made good on that promise. He took it by nearly 2 minutes from the overall leader, Mitch Guthrie, despite running into a few problems late in the day.
Today we have almost a perfect stage until the last 10 Ks when the gearbox was stuck on 3rd gear, and in the last 4 some problems with the exhaust. We were losing power, but we managed to finish the stage, and surprisingly for me and Manuel, we won.
Guthrie now leads by over 20 minutes, but his teammate Nicolas Cavigliasso had problems today, meaning Cristina Gutierrez jumps up to 2nd and Austin Jones is now 3rd. The top 5 are all in the W2RC, so no changes there. Chaleco Lopez in 4th, ahead of the day's stage winner, Ferreira. There was a big scare for Shinsuke Umeda in the T4s. The Japanese driver got stuck in a deep canyon after straying off course, but somehow he and his co-driver Maurizio Dominella managed to get the car out and keep going. They lost 2.5 hours, but the main thing is they're going to be able to finish the rally. Well, meanwhile, this has been one of the stories of the week. In his very first outing in a car, Gustavo Gallego is set to claim overall victory. The Argentine was second today to his teammate Eduard Ponce, but he leads by almost 4 hours overall. It's some way for Gallego to announce his arrival in the SSV class.